Riley Keough knows you don't believe her, but she really didn't sing prior to Daisy Jones and the Six. Riley Keough's lack of prior singing experience before appearing in Daisy Jones and the Six on Amazon Prime Video is still incomprehensible. Actually, the majority of the actors didn't, which only serves to highlight how amazing the band's music is. The Monkees may be the second most known example of a show that did this. Daisy Jones and the Six transformed a cast of actors portraying members of a band into an actual band. For a moment, let's get back to Keough. The same thing is said in every article about her and Daisy Jones. What? She had never before performed. She is rock royalty, though. Some people could say it's genetic, but that only accounts for a small portion of it. Don't undervalue Keough. It took talent and a lot of work. And a lot more laborious job. Keough and the actors of Daisy Jones and the Six also benefited from some odd timing because COVID-related production delays made it necessary for them to continue practicing. And they improved after all that practice. Really good. In this episode of Variety's prestigious awards circuit podcast, Keough discusses the process of creating Daisy Jones and the Six and how it has affected her in the long run. But first, on the roundtable, we discuss the Succession conclusion, a summary of cans, and much more. Listen to this. I don't hear myself that way, so when people say that, I'm genuinely touched. Keough talks about the inevitable fan surprise when they learn that she doesn't frequently sing. And I'm just so happy that somehow I managed to go through feeling like a professional vocalist. We spent a lot of time practicing, and we had a big group of individuals supporting us. We spent a lot of time together. Having such a long rehearsal period, that's unusual. That was truly very powerful, and was, in my perspective, the only way we were able to feel like we knew what we were doing. Because several of us, particularly Sam and I, would have looked very different from what you see in the performance if you had placed us up on stage 2 weeks after we were cast. Also quite embarrassing. The TV adaptation of Daisy Jones and the Six, based on Taylor Jenkins Reid's best-selling book of the same name, debuted on Amazon Prime Video in March. Although the series isn't specifically about Fleetwood Mac, it does depict the legendary rise and demise of a legendary rock band from the 1970s. Keough plays Daisy Jones, a musician who collaborates with the band The Six in the limited series. Soon, Daisy and Billy Dunn, the band's lead vocalist, develop a fierce rivalry. The band finally experiences a fast demise as a result of this unpredictability. We take out a vinyl copy of Aurora, a song by Daisy Jones and the Six, as our talk with Keough gets going. Keough commented, "I feel like I've been listening to these songs nonstop for 3 years. And again. Never have I ever listened to music more. The songs are amazing, I mean." When did Keough decide she wanted to pursue a career in acting? She recalls that she frequently pretended to be someone else while growing up. Whether I was playing in the backyard or just at home. I particularly liked the story for some reason. Either I was a princess in my own castle or I was frequently a prisoner. Being confined. I'm simply sitting here wondering, what the heck was that about? Or a single mother, or whatever else that sprang to mind. All I wanted was to be somebody else. In retrospect, I believe that was extremely clear. In addition, I recall that when I was a child, I used to cry. I would gaze in the mirror and watch myself cry. Michael Schneider's Awards Circuit podcast from Variety is the place to go to hear engaging discussions about the finest in movies and television. Awards Circuit includes discussions and debates on award races, news from the business, interviews with leading actors, directors, writers, and other creatives from film and television, among other things. You can subscribe through Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, or any other podcast downloader. Weekly new episodes are posted.